over 100 yards and sacked this time back to the 15-yard line by Taylor Wyndham. He got rocked, and Tim Tebow is down.
It wasn't the initial hit by Wyndham. I mean, that's a good lick right there, but watch right there when he hits the knee of Marcus Gilbert and his head launches.
Injuries happen all the time in football, but almost none are scarier than a concussion. There is no antidote or medicine to heal it. All you can do is rest and wait for your body to heal. With some being more serious than others, the time it takes to heal varies from days to weeks to even months. Across sports, 250,000 concussions were reported to emergency rooms in 2009 for people under age 19, up from the 150,000 in 2001. The biggest concern with concussions is that athletes may return to play too soon. Without the proper time to recover, athletes can experience second impact syndrome, which occurs when an athlete suffers from a second concussion before the first one has properly healed.
All right, so how many concussions have you had?
Oh gosh, they didn't keep track of those when I played, but I can tell you right now I had quite a few stingers which are neck related, and with those I think probably came some concussions as well. 100% sure I remember how it happened, but I do remember having trouble getting off the ground and pretty much seeing all black spots and just being woozy in that regard. I did get hit once when I was playing with the Giants, and it bent my face mask. And I don't remember much on the sideline after that other than they would not give me my helmet back. I still have the face mask at home. I kept the face mask.
And how long did it usually, or how long did it take you to recover from your longest,
you know, back then they didn't really have tests or anything, so really, I mean, the next day, you know, if you wanted to play and that was your job and you wanted to be on the field the next day, you went out and played and nobody really questioned you, so there wasn't really any type of governing rule or any type of protocol to come back and play.
How do concussions today affect your coaching?
Oh, big time. I mean, you know, we, as you guys know, we don't, any kind of headache, any, the littlest thing that has to do with the head, you have to take every precaution necessary. So it affects you from just everyday practice to game planning to who's going to be where on game night, those types of things. And then, you know, even during a game, if somebody gets hit pretty good, you're always concerned about the next guy in and if that guy's healthy and those types of things. So it's become a constant issue at the forefront of the sport.
I also have examined the brain of a high school player who suffered several concussions and died at the age of 18. Now, the brain from an 18-year-old man should be perfect. There should be no abnormalities anywhere. But in the brain of this young man, at the age of 18, there are already spots of extreme damage. And you could see the areas of damage looking at the slides, again, just with your naked eye, as you see in the top panel in the red boxes. Those are areas of extreme damage found in an 18-year-old high school football player.
Second impact syndrome is becoming a major obstacle for high school teams to overcome due to the lack of concussion tests and certified athletic trainers on site, along with the athletes' love for the sport and the desire to return to play before being cleared.
The family watched as the governor of Washington signed the most far-reaching legislation in the nation to protect kids from concussions. Under the Zachary Lystedt law, a young athlete showing any signs of a concussion will have to get the approval of a medical professional before allowed to play again.
You know, I think they do a pretty good job. I think the impact testing is a pretty good thing. You know, that seems to be pretty accurate when players can return and the testing that they do to return. I guess the thing would be that I would say would maybe be a quicker, you know, from a football perspective, instead of finding out a day later, finding out more immediately. You know, if a kid takes a hit in a game, know right away if he has, instead of just doing baseline tests. If there's somehow, I mean, this day and technology where a helmet consisted of some type of technology that registered, registered some kind of reading that told us how hard that hit was and maybe where that athlete is in terms of a concussion. Now that would only work in our sport.
We are asking you, Congress, to push for more funding towards impact testing, concussion treatment, and passing laws to increase safety and promote concussion awareness, ultimately creating a safer environment for not just football players, but for all athletes.
Seeing statistics like this that's saying it's going in the wrong direction, it's really terrifying, because if we feel like we're doing our job and people have really been on concussion education over the past 2 years, to see that we're really not making much improvement it's concerning.